They think I have food. Jesse. Okay, so pulling soil samples, there's a process to this that you need to know to do this correctly. Number one, depending on your county or who you're getting tested from, you'll get little soil sample boxes, and you're going to want to basically label those boxes as you go so that you don't lose track of which box is for which area of your property. Now, we have 30 acres. I grabbed 5 boxes. Basically what I'm doing is I'm testing 5-acre areas thereabout for soil to get an idea of what it's like. Because realistically, if I am going to do anything different for this area with a tractor, I'm not gonna just do a little area, I'm gonna do a widespread area. So what the soil makeup is right here doesn't bother me as much as this entire section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some soil samples. I'm going to grab 5. I'm going to put them in a bucket. I'm going to mix it up real good, and then I'm going to make my soil sample box. Getting that soil sample, it's going to be difficult in rocky soil. Hold on. The big thing here is that you need to get down to your soil. A lot of roots. And ideally, what I would do is I would dig a 6-inch hole and then start pulling my soil samples. This area right here is so rocky, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get that deep, but I'm going to try. Now I've dug up some soil. My next step is to try and get some of the rocks out of the soil from right here, because I don't want the rocks, I just want the soil. Just thinking it might actually help you to come out here with 2 buckets, one for cleaning out your soil samples before you mix them, but what I want is a nice clean scoop soil, and I'm probably going to do about just a small shovel full for each of my 5 samples. So that's what I'm going to do that 5 times. I'm going to do it in different parts of this hillside because I need to get an idea of what this entire hillside collectively is doing. So we'll go on to the next step. Now, if you were watching what I was just doing, I was basically walking around and pulling soil from not only different areas of this section, but I was also choosing soil samples from what looked to be visually different. So the first area I pulled from had a lot of dead, looked like Bermuda grass that will probably grow back up, but I wanted to know, why is that area different? And then I went up along the tree line, pulled the soil sample from up there because that tends to not have much of anything growing along it. So what's going on in there? And then I came out here to where there's a lot of grass growing, and I pulled a soil sample from here because I want to know what I have out here. Why is this area doing so well? And then I'm going to mix them together. And the reason why I'm mixing them together is because the best way to improve this hillside is to provide a solution that's best for all areas of the hillside and not just a single area. So, I've got my soil sample box here. These are pretty easy to put together. The first thing you need to do when you're doing this is label these so you know where you're getting your samples from. This one is going to be field back L left 1, FBL1. So again, I've been trying to remove as much of the rock as I can. Of course, in this soil, it's, you know, the rocks are going to be in there, but I wanted to give them as much of a sample of what actually the soil is as I can. The soil smells kind of funny. And I brought my notebook out here with me just so that I can write down my soil sample guide. FBL1 means field back left sample 1. Now you don't have to do 5 areas. I didn't on this field because the areas I'm most curious about I was able to cover with just 3 scoops. But it's good to try and diversify what you're bringing in as much as you possibly can for an area. I think I got a little bit of everything here, so I'm pretty okay with those results. It's a small sample, but the way you have to do this is by collecting multiple scoops. You want to try and get down at 6 inches if you can before you pull your soil sample, and then take about a spadeful, throw it in a bucket, collect 3 to 5 samples for an acre, and then mix them all up. Once you mix them all up, go ahead and make your little sample box, label it, and send it back to your county or whoever it is you're using for your soil tests. And that should give you a pretty good idea of what you're working with.